Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. And this one is another request from LaserJetJordan. And he's surprised me with some of his requests in the past, and this was another one. I honestly never thought anyone was going to request just this route alone. I was expecting it to come along at some point, but as part of one of the multi-route, multi DLC routes, and have this one tagged on at the end, not as a standalone one. So the route he's asked for is the Glasgow Airport Rail Link, and unsurprisingly he wants the full length of the run. The thing is, that is Glasgow Central Station to Glasgow Airport, and it's a run of, I'm pretty sure it's not even 6 miles. It's very short. So what I'm going to do is we'll actually do 2 different runs in this video. So we will do the quick drive run along, departing from Glasgow Central to the airport. Once we've done that, we will then do a career scenario, because there are only 2 that I have not yet done, and neither of them look remotely easy. So I figured, okay, we'll start off by doing the quick drive, and then that way you get to see the route in its entirety, and then if I fuck it up in the career scenario, oh well, at least you've still seen the entire route. So as far as the loco choice, it is the Class 380, which is it's the train that comes with this route. You can buy the train just as the standalone loco DLC, but I strongly advise buying this route to get this train, because even at full price it's only like £2 extra, so you may as well. And if it's on a sale price, I mean, the difference then is not even £1, so then it really is a no-brainer. So the train is an 8-car train, and the specifics for this: it's autumn, it's cloudy, and it's 1 PM. So let's get this one up and running. Yeah, it does not take long to load this one. So here we are at Glasgow Central. Here is our Class 380. I do like the 380. I think it's a great sort of commuter emu. Let's get the lights sorted out, which did not take long. Let's let people on and off. I don't know why these doors did not open, but you can clearly see the other ones are fine. While they are doing that, let's finish setting up the train, which is not going to take long at all. That's it. We can hear plenty of voices, but I can't actually see any people. Anyway, doors have shut, so we are all set. Let's get underway. So only 15 mph speed limit as we leave, and in fact it's 8.9 miles to the airport, so the route is actually a lot longer than I thought, but nevertheless it's still less than 9 miles. A very, very short route. So as I was saying, I do like the Class 380. I think it's a fantastic loco. And I don't know if this is absolutely certain. It is something I read that ScotRail bought the 380s in specifically for this route. Of course, this route, which was in the planning stage for quite a while and then got cancelled. So this route we are on doesn't actually exist in real life, which is, I think, a shame. I can certainly see the value of the route, and most of the line was already down. It didn't need much in the way of, construction. There was 1.5 miles that needed building, but that was it. So they had great trains ready to do the route with. They only needed to build the last 1.5 miles, and it got canned. Thankfully, the 380s were able to, run on other lines, so they did enter revenue earning service. So we're about to enter a 45 mph zone. There you go. So we can get some decent speed up now. Now 380s have since been replaced by the 385. While I think the 380 is a great loco, no doubt about it, 385 is even better. 385 is a magnificent thing. And what amazes me about the pair of them, the 380 and the 385, is that they were run exclusively in the UK by ScotRail. So, Scotland was the only part of the UK to actually get either of those locos. But they are great electric multiple units. We are now in a 60 mph zone, and soon about to enter a 75 mph zone. So yeah, they are great locos, the pair of them, and yet nowhere in England or Wales ran the things. Now, whether that was because ScotRail signed some sort of exclusivity deal which meant that the English and Welsh railway companies couldn't run them, I don't know. I doubt it. But then it's also the only reason I can come up with for them not running what were two fantastic locos. And instead, England got crap like the 460 and the 458 and the 180. So we are up to 75. So I mean, for an express service, the fact that this is only running at 75 mph sounds slow, but it's absolutely fine. So this is Cardonald Station. Unfortunately, it's put us in the avoiding lane, so or avoiding line I should say, so we can't stop there. I was going to do an all stops service. What we'll do, we'll stop at any station that we can. I don't think there are going to be many, but yeah, if we get the chance to stop at any, we will. So yeah, this is Hillington, Hillington East I think. No, it is just Hillington, but yeah, it's another station. We've just gone straight through the avoiding line. Or the relief line as they have decided to name it. Okay, so it was Hillington East and this is Hillington West. It does look like, yeah, we are avoiding all of the stations. So Arkleston would be the next station. Again, it's just going to send us straight through the avoiding line. But we will get a stop at Gilmore Street. So we'll begin slowing. So we're fine for the only just, but yeah, we are fine for the 45 mph section. As it is, we are going to need to lose a bit more speed as we are going to be stopping here. So yeah, no problem getting the entire train on the platform, that is for sure. So yeah, here we are then at Gilmore Street. Well, I did click on the door open thing, but they are not opening. No, I think the doors open thing is on this side. Doors released left, but these are not. Yeah, I can't interact with those. So right, yeah, we're definitely not stopping here then because, well, we stopped here, but yeah, we couldn't let anyone on or off. So we only have 1 3/4 miles before we are at Glasgow Airport. this 75 section that we are entering, yeah, there's no point in getting our speed up through here because we've got a 30 section very close by, but we are on a 1 in 170 downhill section, so we are picking up speed. But this part that we're on now, this is the part that needed constructing. We're now on a 1 in 68 section. I think it's now, yeah, 1 in 68 uphill. So we'll take it up to 35 as that's the speed. In fact, yeah, once we are at 35 there, it's very, very quickly back down to 25 again. But yeah, this is the part that was, yeah, that was needing to be built. It's a very distinctive bridge that's coming up. Yeah, the speed had picked up. I can't believe I got a speeding error on this really short run. Not even 9 miles and I've still got a speeding error on it. Want to make sure we get the entire train on the platform, which we have done. So yeah, there we are. That is it. That's the entire yeah, Glasgow Central to Glasgow Airport run in the 380. Say very, very short, and I still managed to get a speeding error on it. So yeah. So there we are. So that's the route anyway. So now let's bring up the career, and we shall bring up the Glasgow Airport Rail Link. There it is. Okay, so yeah, the top three I have already done. So right, so I've got the choice of this one, driver route learning around Glasgow and Shields Depot. I don't think we really need that one, so we'll go for this one. It is the easier of the two, and this one's 45 minutes, so yeah, I think we're going to be doing there and back maybe twice. So it's spring, it's stormy, that might have an impact. I don't think it will, but it might. And it's 11:30 AM, And the scenario write-up then. Watch out for temporary speed restrictions from Paisley St James to Glasgow Central. Then on arrival your train will form the GAL shuttle service to the airport. Okay, well, let's give it a go. So this is where we find out just how good, or rather how bad, I actually am at this thing. Well, I was hoping we would get some kind of intro. Okay, so we've got to pick up passengers at, that looks like we've got a red signal up ahead, so in fact that red signal looks like it's, yeah, after the station, so okay, well, at least we can get into the station fine. It also looks like it's not our line. Yeah, our line is actually green. Okay, so yeah, here we are then, Paisley St James. Got 380s all over, you know, all over the place. So next pickup is from Gilmore Street. Now it's said that there are temporary speed limits around here. So we need to find it, so right, train ready to proceed to Paisley Gilmore Street. Okay, so that train over there is yeah, this one here is waiting for us. Can't see any sign of the temporary speed limits yet. So let's keep going. So according to the ETA, we are on time. Okay, so Gilmore Street Station then. everything going well so far. So next stop is Hillington West. Still a bit mystified about these temporary speed reductions. I'm sure it said, I can't even remember what it said now. Temporary speed in the Hillington area. Okay, right. Doors are shut. Off we go. So it's going to be, well, anywhere from here onwards. So I need to stay in the cab view for now to make sure that I can see when the temporary speed limits come along, and hopefully I can see what that temporary speed limit is. We are in the 75 zone. You've even got a class 325 over there. Right. No, that's not a... Okay, we don't need to be going any faster than this. Our ETA has us arriving early. Now, was that the temporary, and it looked like it was saying 40. $10? Well, I can't see where that limit is starting. Unless that was the end of it, because yeah, there's nothing now. So that might have been it. Well, I'm certainly not sorry if that is it. Nah, it can't be that easy. So, Hillington West. At least we were able to stop here this time. Admittedly, we were going the other way last time. Oh, yes. Yeah, because we've got to come back this way. So yeah, I'm thinking, oh yeah, the temporary thing is over and done with. Of course, it's not. We're going back through it. Yeah, see, Glasgow Central station, and then we are coming back Gilmore Street and then to the airport. Okay. Well, that suggests then that this is where the speed limit, temporary speed limit, is. Okay, there they all are. Now that limit, I think it said 10, just 10 mph. Is that what they were indicating? Max speed 10, it does look like it. Oh, I can barely see it, yeah, 10, okay. So we're at yep, it is 10 mph. So, how long does this go on for? I think it being this slow, it's only going to be where yeah, the actual work is currently being done. So I think once we have passed, or the entire train has passed this signal, that might be it. Okay, yeah, that might be the end of the temporary speed limit. So the 380 that's on the avoiding line, didn't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's pick up a bit of speed just to get us onto the platform. There we go. Well, that wasn't terrible. We made it, certainly, well, yeah, we weren't on time, we were early, so yeah, that's alright. But we got to remember that for when we are coming back this way. Oh, that's Hillington East there for you. He did just describe the weather as stormy, but I mean, this weather, on Scottish standards, yeah, this is not stormy. Right, off we go. In fact, Cardonald Station is, yeah, it's not the longest journey we've had to make. Not a particularly long platform by the looks of it, but shouldn't have any problems getting the entire train on here. There you go, yeah, all fine there. So, Cardonald, it's not even half a mile down the line from where, actually I think it's just over half a mile, so unsurprisingly it doesn't look any different to where we just come from. So yeah, our next stop is Glasgow Central Station. And then we have to come back to the airport. Okay. Train doesn't actually start until the doors are shut and locked. There we go. So 3.6 miles to Glasgow Central. Current ETA has us arriving a minute early. I'm fine with arriving early. Probably don't need to be accelerating anymore actually. We are going to need to start braking fairly soon. For the warning us of the speed reduction. Now that Morphos board said 45, but the route display is saying 50. Well, we're at 45 now, so we'll see which is right. There you go, showing 50. As it is, we've got to lose some speed fairly soon. The 20 mph approach to Glasgow Central itself. I do need to make a note of which Glasgow stations my DLCs are using, so I know some use Queen Street and some use Glasgow Central. So if I'm going to do any sort of longer routes that involve going to and from Glasgow at some point, I'll be certain that we're using the right stations. I think Queen Street only appears in the Edinburgh to Glasgow run. Although having said that, I think it's also in the Glasgow to Dunblane and Alloa one. Trying to see what train that is up ahead. Looks like a 37. I mean, it could be a 40, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 37. Let's hope that those double yellows are not for us. Oh, we're on a green. Well, green for platform 4. We want platform 10. So double yellow here, that's fine. Hopefully that 4 is, yeah, Glasgow Central line 4, not platform 4, because otherwise we're heading for completely the wrong platform. Yeah, here we are, platform 10, single yellow. It says all lines 15, yeah, nothing on the route display for that. So bang goes my 1000 point max. I've got to stop being so reliant on the route display, because it's not reliable. Right, well I'm going to stop here even though it is somewhat early, because there's no problem with me stopping here, and it will also help for the next stage where, yeah, we are going back along the line. Now one stop along the way is at Gilmore Street, and then we go on to Glasgow Airport, so we've got a bit of a wait here. But yeah, there's method to me madness. In fact, let's get this set up ready, because it's going to want us to change ends, so let's do that now. There we go. Yep. That will change to Glasgow Airport. I think there is a way of changing it manually, but it involves using one of the function keys that doesn't work on my keyboard because, yeah, piece of shit. Unfortunately, this display here is not interactive in the 380, but it is at least partly interactive in the 385. Ah, there's no passenger view. I mean, the doors are all shut now, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, doors are all shut, but yeah, we've got to wait before we can depart. I mean, the signal's still green. Yeah, we depart at 11:57, so we've still got another minute. So it's just over 10 minutes to get to Gilmore Street, and then just over 10 minutes more to get to the airport. Here we go. So, train to depart at 11:57 at Glasgow International Airport, stopping at Paisley Gilmore Street. If you need to move front of the cab, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've done that. So, right. Let's get underway. You don't want to be coming out of here with too much throttle because, yeah, we're still on our 15 mph limit. We stay on this limit for a while. We have a legendary Class 43 awaiting the coming. Now, these yellows, does this mean I'm stuck behind someone for the duration of this trip? Yeah, it could well do. What train we got here? It looks like 56. It is. We're certainly seeing plenty of train variety here. And I've now got to brake because that is very clearly a red signal. Okay, so it's gone to yellow. Oh, are they all red again? Yeah. Okay, so it's just turned yellow again. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to be doing this for the whole of this return trip. I've also, of course, got to remember those temporary speed restrictions as well. So, we're currently red here. No, they've just turned yellow again. Now we're in a 45 zone now, but I'm not going to accelerate too fast because, yeah, we are very clearly stuck behind another train. Now, this double yellow, which means that the train ahead of us is getting further away. In fact, the signal had just turned to green. So hopefully that will just turn to green. No, it didn't. So we've got another yellow here. It's just turned to a double yellow. Don't tell me we are going to be stuck behind an all stops service. That's the last thing I want. Ridiculous thing is, I never even considered this possibility because I've got so used to doing quick drive scenarios. I've not done any career scenarios for a little while. Partly because I am having a couple of issues with some of my route DLCs, which is infuriating in the extreme. I am waiting to hear back from Dovetail Games about these issues, and so far, bugger all. I've really got to pick some speed up here. I'm currently at half a minute late. It looks like I'll time this quite well actually. We've got greens ahead of us. That's better, yeah, we've certainly caught up on the ETA now. We're now due to be a minute early. But of course I've got to remember the speed restrictions, the temporary speed restrictions. So the fact that we're a minute early means I think we'll be alright carrying on at this speed for the moment. I don't really need to be going any faster. Gilmore Street is 4.5 miles away. The thing is, whenever I'm playing this, if I'm on a section where the speed limit is 75, like now, the temptation is always, right, we've got to do 75. I find the idea of doing less than 75 almost, you know, abhorrent. Class 37 double header. You can clearly see why. So yeah, even those speed limits are, you know, maximum speed limits, but I treat them like they are minimum speed limits as well, which I realise is a really crap idea. Now, is this where the temporary limits are? Well, there's lights there, but do they apply to us? I'm not so sure they do. Well, we'll find out, because this is where they are. but it looks like we're okay. No, I've smashed through the limit. That has totally ruined my score. This is when I wish I'd fucking saved positions. Yeah, so I lost 248 points there, and yeah, I also put it into the emergency brake setting as well, so that's totally bollocksed up this. Well, there you go, so we got through it, but now, yeah, I mean the score is just totally fucked up. Gilmore Street coming up, a mile and a half. Another 380 right there. Yeah, that one's being very much held at the lights. Okay, so we are doing fine for the forthcoming speed limit. In fact, we want to really start braking a bit more for the stop. So, right, there we are at Gilmore Street. Paisley Gilmore Street, to give it the full name. So we have already been here once before, but get another look at the place. So we did arrive slightly early, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. So I'm not sure how far it is to the airport from here, but I mean, it can't be that far. The entire route is 9 miles. But I mean, the thing is, yeah, okay, yeah, the route is very short, but I do like the scenarios that are on it. And as you can see from this one, it's not like they are that straightforward. Well, they might be if you don't play the game like a total fucking spanner like I do. And also, of course, you've got a great loco in this. I really do like the 380s. They're fantastic emus. As far as, you know, commuter trains, commuter emus, I think this is absolutely one of the best, probably bettered only by the 385 that came along and replaced it. It's a single yellow, so now is that red for us? No, but yeah, I fucked up the braking slightly. Well, I already balls this level up big time anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I balls it up anymore. Okay, so we're off the what I assume was the Paisley line or the Glasgow commuter line, and now we're on to the actual airport section itself. In fact, looking at our ETA, we are due to arrive incredibly early. More than 6 minutes early. So I have a feeling there is something still yet to happen that I'm going to be ready for. Over the bridge towards the airport, got plenty of views of the actual aircraft, which you don't always get when you're approaching airports in this game. So we are in the 25 zone. Single yellow, but that is absolutely fine. Oh yeah, need to slow down before we pass over those things. Yeah, there we go. That will certainly do. There we go. We don't need to open the doors, but I will anyway. But here we are, and yeah, we are 6 minutes early. Unfortunately, we don't get huge bonus points for being 6 minutes early. So, well done, that was a successful drive. I cannot believe I've scored 930 on that run, because I have picked up so many speeding, you know, deductions. So let's see how I actually did. Well, that scored me a gold. Despite, yeah, look at all that lot. So that's where the absolute, yeah, complete balls up was. So really, as far as like speeding and all that goes, it was a disaster. And yet I still got a gold rating, 930 points. Let's take a look at. I mean, I don't think I've got a 1,000 point maximum anywhere on this route. Let's have a look. So yeah, 981 there. Oh, I got 1,000 there. 904 there, so I did even worse on that one. And yeah, 930 there. That's the one I've just done. Well, I'm very pleasantly surprised by how that turned out. So there we go. That was the Glasgow Airport Rail Link. So yeah, that was the request from LaserJetJordan, with a bit of a twist to make up for, yeah, how short the actual route was. So there we go. That is this video done, and we'll see you at the next one.